Welcome back to another edition of our NBA Weekly Recap Show. You already know who it is. It's your boy Q Walker with
KJ.
KJ again, boy.
That's right. We're gonna stick with that one.
You know what? You my Skip Bayless. You do stuff just to agitate me. That's what that is.
It's gonna be a good day.
Oh, it's an excellent day for me. It's an excellent.
I bet it is.
It's a beautiful day in Zamunda right now. Man, we got a lot to get into. The previous week, something great happened last night. Saturday.
What was that?
Man, I don't know, man. There's a little basketball game that was on TV. I don't know if people saw it, but let's get right on into it. The Los Angeles Lakers went ahead and put the Denver Nuggets out of their misery, putting them out 4-1 of the NBA playoffs. There was no 3-1 comeback in this one.
Correct.
LeBron let them know we are not the Los Angeles Clippers, nor are we the Utah Jazz. So, LeBron James led the way last night with 38 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists. And Anthony Davis also chipped in last night with 27 and 5, which I absolutely hate because there is no damn reason Anthony Davis should be having 5 damn rebounds.
That's the most rebounds he had the whole series, I believe.
That gets on my nerves. You are that big, that tall, that agile, that athletic, and you give me 5? You give me 5.
I mean,
hey. So they have advanced to the NBA Finals, the first time for the Lakers since 2010, I believe. LeBron James, this is his 9th time in 10 years going to the NBA Finals, which is, that feat by itself is just astonishing. And it missed me with the East was easy. Regardless of whatever it is you want to think about it, 9 times out of 10 years, that's still crazy.
That is very good. There's nothing you can say about that. It don't matter whether it was easy, road this way, or whatever.
Yeah, like
he got a stacked team, or he always got the best roster, or whatever. 9 out of 10 is still.
And the 9th time came because he was injured and the Lakers fell apart and all that.
They wouldn't have made it last year, though. Go ahead, though.
I'm right there with you. I don't think they would have made the finals anyways last year. But 9 out of 10 is great. They said he couldn't do it in the West, and here we are. He can't do it in the West. This ain't the East. You got this, you got this, you got this player, you got that player, you got this team, and here we are sitting in NBA Finals. But anyways,
that's because he has he has the best power forward in the game, the best big man other than Jokic in the game on his team. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it.
4-1, 4-1.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
4-1, 4-1, 4-1.
If Anthony Davis wasn't on the team, it wouldn't have been no 4-1. It wouldn't have been no NBA Finals.
Oh no! If Anthony Davis wasn't there, we just swept all the way through.
So you need to give more credit to Anthony Davis than you do LeBron.
No doubt. I think we spoke about it last week. The importance of Rondo being on that team. We spoke about that, how important Rondo is on that team as well. But I'm gonna let you. What was your thoughts on this series?
I just got one. I need to tell 2 people.
Okay, 2
something.
people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to tell Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
And Paul George something.
Okay, what you got on your mind?
So when you got a team down 3, you up 3-1 on the team.
Right.
You see what LeBron did last night?
When they had closed them
That's
out.
what you're supposed to do. Don't do all this playing around. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
38 points, 16 rebounds,
right.
10 assists. That's how you do it.
Close them out.
Yes. Don't give them no life, Kawhi Leonard. Don't give him life, Paul George. Don't give him life, Doc
Rivers. You keep on doing Montrez, Lou Will. Don't give him life. They got that second win for the Clippers series. They got that second win, and Nuggets is like,
we can play with them.
We can play with them.
Yeah.
Then they got that third win. We can beat them.
We just got to win one game.
We just got to win one game.
We can beat anybody once.
And we seen what happened in that game 7. But you are absolutely totally correct, which is LeBron James, what he did last night is what people love to see from him, which is, okay, close out game. Let's go and get this over. Let's get this out the way. And he had a monster game, like I said, 38, 16 to 10. People wish that he would do that more often than not. I personally thought, AD was going to have a game similar to that last night. I thought it was going to be on AD's hands. I don't know if his sprained ankle had something to do with it last night.
He need to quit crying about his ankle.
Man, somebody's always crying, huh? Somebody's always crying.
He fell again last night, laid down, tied his little shoe up, got up, jumped up, ran down the court, and hit a 3. Yeah, like Paul Pierce again.
Oh man, but yeah, the Lakers advanced to the NBA Finals. This is, like I said, this is LeBron James' 10th NBA Finals. He's actually been to the Finals more than 27 other NBA franchises. The only other franchises who have been to the NBA Finals more than LeBron James himself is the Lakers with 32, Celtics with 21 appearances, and the Warriors with 11. That's it. That's it. And then right after that, it's LeBron James. But anyways, let's go on to the other side, the Eastern Conference side, where we have the waiting opponent between the Celtics and the Miami Heat. We both had the Celtics winning in 7.
Celtics in 7 is what we picked.
It wasn't looking so good at first.
No, not at all.
But, you had Tyler Hero. He came through in Game 5. He had a clutch game. He had 37 points.
The Great White Hope.
37 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists on 14. He only missed 7 shots.
7 shots.
In 35 minutes of work. Man, of course, then you had the Celtics come back and win the other night. I'm not to be honest, Keezy, I'm gonna let you take the floor. I haven't been really too impressed with either one of those teams. The first 2 games that the Celtics lost, it was because of one main thing: turnovers. The first game that they lost, 19 turnovers. The second game that they lost, 20 turnovers. Last night when they won, the other night when they won, only 11 turnovers. Take care of the ball. That's all they have to do, and they will come out successful in this series. But man, what have you noticed in this series so far?
So let me talk about that Tyler Hero game.
Okay, go on, talk about the Hero game.
He killed the Celtics from everywhere.
Yeah, he did.
Off the dribble, mid-range, 3-pointers. They put Marcus Smart on, they put Tatum on, they put Jaylen Brown on, they put everybody they had on him, and he got the same result on everybody.
How do you want it?
Exactly. Shout out Tupac. But he gave it to them however they wanted it though, and he's the only other 20-year-old player to the second highest points by a 20-year-old player in the NBA playoffs, I think. Magic Johnson.
42. And he beat Dwayne Wade's rookie record for playoff.
He got the
points.
rookie record for the Heat. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dwayne Wade had 27.
So he's looking like
can he sustain this though?
That level?
Not merely that level, because I don't think he's gonna do another one of those again. But can he get you another 25?
He can get him 20.
He can get you 25.
But on the nights where he's going, Duncan Robinson isn't usually going. So they need to figure out a way where both of them get going at the same time. Because like last night, Duncan Robinson had over 20, and Tyler had like 10 or something like that. But
I think that was more so that the Celtics picked up the intensity in the second half.
They did.
Defensively, anyways, they picked it up in the second half. But it was one adjustment. I don't know if you paid attention to it. It was one adjustment during that game that I paid attention to that kind of switched everything around. In the second half, Brad Stevens went with Enes Kanter. And I don't know if you've seen it, but it seemed like when he put Enes Kanter in the game, the defense picked up, the offense picked up, the ball started moving, and he scored 6 straight points for them. They were easy little points.
He was in the game for 2 minutes and had 6 points.
I'm like, okay, and it's like everything picked up. Now I'm not saying Kanter's gonna have another game like that, but to me, it sent the signal to Daniel, like if you don't pick this up, we got a guy who can come in here and get the job done for us. Now, Kanter can't do nothing for you defensively because I think I don't know if you know this, but do you know who the leader in the playoff is in blocks?
Who's that?
Daniel Tice. 21 blocks.
He's undersized, but he's mobile. He's a good defender.
Yes, he's mobile. So, but no, I think once that once Brad Stevens went to Kanter, switched everything up, the whole morale, and it didn't hurt that Jason Tatum had 16 in the third.
See, I love that word you said, adjustments. That takes me back to somebody else in Los Angeles, Doc Rivers, who never made an adjustment the whole time they played the Nuggets.
Oh man, you gotta give Doc some credit. At least they got there.
They got their off clout. Anyways,
they definitely did get their off.
No, but he made some adjustments last night against that Miami Heat zone, and Spoelstra's gonna have to make a couple adjustments on his own to try to close them out.
Zone, though.
No, he's not gonna come out of the zone. They're gonna have to play it a little different or something like that.
I don't think Coach Spo's gonna come out of that zone. I think they're gonna stick to it only because they've done it for this long. They've only lost 4 games in the playoffs. They swept the Pacers, lost 1 to the Bucks. No, 3 games.
3 games.
They've only lost 3 games. So what they're doing works. It's just that in the second half, the Boston Celtics finally got it together. Jason Tatum got it together. What did he end up? I forgot what he ended up with.
Tatum had 31, 10, 6.
Yeah, 31. And Jaylen Brown chipped in with 28, 8, and 2. Also, the Miami Heat shot 19% from 3-point line versus the Celtics 32%. So it was just a cold night for the Miami Heat.
The thing about Boston, if Tatum or Brown doesn't give them big time points,
they did
25 apiece at least, they can't win.
That's the only thing that concerns my Celtics pick is that both of them, which you do have to have 2 superstars or 2 all-star equivalent players. But if those two aren't cooking, who else is gonna step up? Kemba has been up and down. Marcus Smart is steady, but I don't rely on him to step up and give me 25 to 30.
No.
So versus you have the Miami Heat where you have 6 to 7 guys averaging in double figures.
Yeah. You're gonna get it from everywhere. Them.
And it makes it hard for the Boston Celtics defensively because the scoring comes from everywhere.
Yeah, they have no bench. They have no depth. If they get in foul trouble,
oh no, they done.
If they have a cold night, it's over.
If Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown gets in foul trouble, they done.
Oh yeah, they're done.
They're done. So Game 6 is tonight, right?
Tonight, 7:30.
7:30. We both have Boston in 7, so Boston has to win this game.
No longer. Miami Heat in 6.
Oh, you got Miami?
Yes, it is over.
Oh, you done hit the flip flop on
I done flip flopped on them.
Flip flop on it. Okay. Wow. Tell me why you flipped to Miami.
Well.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't
so they gonna make some adjustments tonight.
Okay.
They know how critical it is for them to try to close Boston out because they don't want to try to go to Game 7 because you know, like the Clippers know, anything can happen in Game 7. So they're gonna try to close them out tonight. They're gonna come out with a lot of intensity. They're gonna pick up the defense. Spoelstra will have a little new wrinkle in there in that zone somewhere. It'll confuse Boston.
Wow,
it's gonna be over, and we're gonna be set up for the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals.
You know,
and LeBron's probably gonna tear something.
Don't say that.
And the Heat gonna win the championship, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
You know what, man? That damn mind and heart thing is creeping up on me again. My mind is saying, yes, Miami Heat are probably the better team. My heart is like, man, just stick with the Celtics.
Okay.
But I want to go with Miami so bad. I really, really do. But I just want to be a man of my word and stick with the Boston Celtics. But I really...
It's okay to flip-flop on your words sometimes, man. And, you know.
I do, man. Just because I was like, man, to be honest, the Celtics ain't got an answer for Bam.
No, he's just out there doing...
He just doing... You got, Bam O'Neal out there. He just doing whatever he want to do out there. I mean, I think he had 28 last game. Like, I don't know if... Because Bam is an undersized center as well. So... The way the Boston Celtics play fit him perfect because you got Daniel out there. Well, he can bang with Daniel. Okay, the Boston Celtics go small. Well, hell, Bam can still stay out there at the fact. So he's good either way it goes.
You never have to take him off the court to try to match up against somebody unless Shaq was out there.
That bodes well for the Miami Heat because they can still stick with their regular lineup. Okay, you want to go small? Well, let me get these shooters out there with Bam. Okay, you want to keep your quote unquote big lineup? Okay, let me put the lineup out there with Bam, and Bam's still gonna eat.
The Heat have so much versatility. You got Hero, who's about 6'5". You got Jimmy Butler. You got Jay Crowder. You got Iguodala. Then you bring in Kelly Olynyk. You got Bam. You got Duncan Robinson.
You can't forget Dragon.
6'8". You got Dragic out there. I mean, they got a lot going on.
I know, man. On that team. The more you talk, the more I want to go.
So here's the crazy thing about the Heat.
Okay.
They are probably one free agent away from running that Eastern Conference and nobody can catch them.
And since you brought that point up, not this summer, but the next summer, they have the second most cap space with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. So you have a young Bam who still be on his rookie contract. Tyler Hero, rookie contract.
Kendrick Nunn.
I think the Dragon, I think his contract.
He's the only guy that they'll probably end up losing. They might lose Kelly Olynyk, somebody like that, but he can be replaced.
You can be replaced. You can go. But yeah, so they'll look nice when Giannis comes down there as a free agent.
Giannis comes down
in 2 years when Giannis comes down there as a free agent. So you got so for the sake of argument, let's say if the Miami Heat close out tonight, the NBA Finals start Wednesday. If Boston wins and forces a Game 7, then Game 7 will be on Wednesday, and Game 1 of the NBA Finals start on Friday. So your NBA Finals opponent or matchup is Lakers and Heat.
Lakers and the Heat, yep. Jimmy Butler made his way to the NBA Finals.
That's a hell of a damn story, man.
It's crazy.
That's a hell of a damn story.
He couldn't do it in Philly. When you looked at that Philly squad, you like, man,
he could have.
They gotta win.
They could have. They had so much talent. They had so much potential. But then you got Ben Simmons, who's a point guard who can't shoot.
Can't shoot. Scared to shoot. Won't shoot. Can't shoot. Can't
shoot.
stop. Won't stop.
Man, Nope, I'm gonna stick with Boston.
All right, well, go ahead.
I'm gonna stick with
listen,
Boston.
You roll with your heart, and I'm gonna roll with what my mind tell me, and we'll see who come out on top.
I'm gonna roll with my Boston. No, forget that. I'm gonna go with my. I can't do it, dog. It's just Miami just got too much, man. And they got, like I said, they have 7 people scoring in double figures. The scoring comes from everywhere. You need heroic performances from Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Too much. If they have a track record of doing this in the past, I would probably go with them because I would go with the experience of Tatum and Brown over the depth of the Miami Heat. But nah, bro, I'm gonna go with you. So Wednesday,
Game 1,
Game
NBA
1
Finals
will be Lakers versus Miami Heat. LeBron trying to get his 4th ring versus the team he got his 1st ring with. If that matchup was to happen, who you got?
I'm still gonna take the Lakers, but
Okay.
you know.
Okay. How many games you give them?
6.
Lakers in 6?
Yeah.
What if it's Lakers Celtics? On
5.
Friday. Damn.
Lakers in 5.
The Lakers in 5?
Yeah.
You almost sound like you want to say sweet.
I almost do.
That sound like you almost want to say sweet.
I don't have any confidence in Boston against the Lakers. I give the Heat a little bit more because they're more versatile. They got more depth. They can do more things.
You're
Boston, if you take away Tatum or Brown, then you took away the Celtics. It's over.
Yeah.
Like we said about the Heat, one night they're gonna get it from here, one night they're gonna get it from here,
Yeah.
and you never know where it's gonna come from.
I don't know where the scoring is coming from. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Miami Heat, but that's neither here nor there. Let's say Miami closes this thing out tonight, Game 1 in the NBA Finals. Let me get Lakers in 6 as well, and if it's Celtics, I'm right there with you 4-1.
Yeah, it's
4-1, and I only say that because the Lakers and Miami, it matches up better on paper because the depth of both teams.
Yeah.
Now this game, if it's Lakers, Miami, the real key is Bam.
Yes, because he has to contend with Anthony Davis.
Yes, and he is agile enough, he's quick enough, he has the athleticism, so it's not really more so that, it's can he contain Anthony Davis? Because Anthony Davis is not going to guard him. I believe they'll start with Dwight Howard on him, which I think Dwight Howard and Bam are the same damn players. Bam has a little bit more offensive game, but body-wise, they're the same type of player. But do you think that Bam can do an effective job on AD?
I think so. He's bigger than the crazy guy that said he was the next Dennis Rodman from the Clippers.
Montrezl Harrell.
Montrezl Harrell. So he's bigger than Montrez, so he'll give AD a little more problems. So,
Yeah.
But nobody can contend with AD.
No,
So
I don't think nobody can.
I don't think they'll be able to play Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee in that series.
I think Dwight, yes, JaVale, no.
Because they're gonna bring Bam out and they're gonna run Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson around the floor like crazy. And if you bring Dwight Howard out there, he's just gonna be in the way.
You don't think Dwight Howard has the foot speed for that?
No, not when they're running off those screens and stuff like that. When you look at Denver doesn't really run like that.
So basically,
they run Jamal Murray off screens from Jokic, but they don't run 2 shooters.
So basically, it's 2 shooters versus the 1 shooter.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. I see what you're saying now. I think it'll probably be word of the day, adjustments. Frank Vogel, Rondo, and LeBron making adjustments. They'll have to do it mid-game. I think Howard will get a lot of clock the first game, or maybe the first half, and then the second half, once they see how they're playing it, then they'll make the adjustment. So basically what you're saying is AD will probably see majority of his time at the 5 if they play Miami.
Yeah, I think so.
So Miami and 5, okay, and the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown matches up really well with LeBron James. But the thing is that the Boston Celtics have absolutely, positively no damn body for Anthony Davis whatsoever.
No, because they can do Howard and AD or JaVale and AD, and Boston is cooked.
Yeah,
they don't have any.
Jason Tatum, majority of the time, leads the team in rebounds, and that's not gonna cut it.
No,
that's not gonna cut it against the Lakers.
Because Tice can't hold up against all them big bodies in there. He'll be in foul trouble too early.
Well, Tice is struggling with Bam.
Exactly.
So you get AD, JaVale, and Dwight Howard down there. He's got 4 or 5 fouls every game.
It's pretty much a wrap for him.
It's pretty much
be a long series.
It'd be a long series.
And you can't put Enes Kanter in the game because he's gonna get cooked.
He
might give you some buckets, but he's gonna get cooked.
If you put Enes Kanter in the game, you might as well put me in there. Then you gonna get the same damn results, same damn results on defense. But anyways, man, before we move on to the next thing, also I wanted to bring this up real quick while we was talking about the.
Sometimes I dream.
The Nuggets and the
just
Lakers,
his fourth year, but these Nuggets have all been together for the most part. Now he goes and because we gotta see this.
Murray is attacking. Look at him go up. No, I'm not going to dunk. Not going to use it with my left, but the English off the glass when Murray is attacking off of
because we gotta see this.
Murray is attacking. Look at him go up. No, I'm not going to dunk. Not going to use it with my left, but the English off the glass when Murray is attacking off of the pick and roll. This team is dangerous. We know about Joker and his passing ability, but Murray loosens up the defense for everyone else, and he's a great finisher.
And
by the way,
one last stat about Jamal Murray. He has the highest scoring playoff run for any Denver Nuggets player. He scored, 504 points during this playoff run. Joker was right behind him with 464. Melo, he had 435 in 2009 when they made it to the Western Conference Finals. And Alex English back in 1985 at 423. I'll say this about Murray, man, because I want to get it on record of me saying this. And, he's a UK guy, but Jamal Murray has opened my eyes.
Really?
Now, I didn't say he was boring.
Yeah.
All I said was you can't be boring and not produce.
Correct.
Because Kawhi's boring, Tim Duncan's boring, the whole Spurs dynasty was boring. But they produced. You can't do both. You can't be boring and not produce. But he produced, man. He jumped his scoring average from 18 points to 26 points per game. Rebounds was the same at 4. Assists went up to 6 assists from 4. The only thing is, now what we see what you can do.
You got to do it all the time.
You have to do it all the time now. That separates you from being an okay guy to a superstar now. Seen some other things. Jamal Murray led the whole NBA playoffs in minutes with 753, field goals 186, field goal attempts 368, 3-pointers made 62, 3-pointers attempts 137, and field goals missed 182. But if you lead in field goals
attempts, you're gonna miss.
So Jamal Murray, man, hats off to you. You had one hell of a playoff run. The only team to come back from 3-1 in the same playoff series with the Clippers and the Jazz. So I'm a fan. I'll admit it, man. I'm a Jamal Murray fan.
That just goes to show you that these guys that go to the University of Kentucky,
don't start this.
They just, for some reason, when they get to the NBA, they are just ready to go. Run them off for me. Well, who we got? Jamal Murray. We got Anthony Davis.
I'm not listening.
We got Devin Booker.
I'm not listening.
Rondo's a UK guy.
I'm not listening. This is the part of the show where I just ignore you.
Bam.
Hero. Did you already
Tyler Hero. I don't even think I even said him yet. I didn't say him yet?
You didn't say him yet. Yeah.
It's getting ugly out there, ain't it?
You know what?
What's that?
Right now, UK is doing their thing in the playoffs.
Okay, there we go. That's all I needed to know.
UK is doing their things.
That's all I needed to hear right there. Any North Carolina players in there?
Danny Green.
Any Duke players in there?
Maybe Quinn Cook, I think.
Quinn Cook.
Quinn Cook, if you want to throw him in, maybe. But
he ain't even took his T-shirt off yet.
Bro, he's still in street clothes. Bro. He in the huddle.
He's on the team though, so I can't laugh at him too much.
You're right, but he said beside Frank Vogel, "What you think about this play? What you think we should run this play?" But nah, man.
Quinn over there drawing stick figures. What do you think about this?
But right now, UK players, man, they definitely are doing that thing.
Shai Gilgeous.
Shai Gilgeous.
Oh man,
I forgot all about Shai Gilgeous. Even Nerlens Noel was on that team.
Nerlens Noel was on there.
So God, Eric Bledsoe with the Bucks.
Bledsoe was on there. Oh man,
yeah.
It's like a coming out party.
You know what? We're finally starting to see, because Coach Cal got there in 2009. Okay, 2009. His first class was the John Wall, Eric Bledsoe. So it's been 10 years. So it's been long enough time for the players that he's got into his program to finally start producing in the NBA. So it's about time. But then you have guys like Heroes that waiting.
I ain't got time to wait around. I'm about to come out and do my thing now.
I ain't got time to wait. But yeah, man. Also, there's been a lot of chatter about your favorite coach, Mike D'Antoni, being the favorite for the Philadelphia 76ers job. GM Elton Brand said it's his job to lose. What's your thoughts on this?
So, a couple years ago, Elton Brand won GM of the Year, right? When he brought in Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell you go from GM of the Year to now we gonna bring in Mike D'Antoni?
Couple things here, sir.
Okay, yes.
For one, I don't even understand this hiring to begin with. It doesn't make sense. If you say a team that already has a small line, or not even a small line, I'm gonna take it back. A team that doesn't have a good big man, cool. Say for instance, if the Raptors didn't have a coach, Mike D'Antoni goes up there. I'm cool with that. Marc Gasol is a free agent, so you ain't got to worry about bringing him back. You got Serge Ibaka, so he can fit that kind of mold of what D'Antoni likes to do. But also, D'Antoni was in Phoenix. Who's his point guard? Steve Nash. Okay, you go to Houston. His point guard was Chris Paul, James Harden. So the theme here is you have guards who are heavy, are the primary ball handlers that can shoot. Who's the primary ball handler in the 76ers?
Ben Simmons.
What can he not do?
Oh, he definitely can't shoot.
So tell me, how in the hell is that system supposed to run with a point guard that can't shoot?
Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. The one thing that Philly really lacked is shooting. So I don't know how he thinks he's going to take his system and we're going to shoot threes and layups and that's it, to a team that can't shoot.
They had the team that can shoot.
Oh, they had him, yeah.
They had him last year. You had J.J. Redick. You had Rob. You had Covington on there.
Covington.
Yeah, Robert Covington on there. And you had one more guy. I can't think his name. White guy, but I can't think his name right now. But you had the team that could shoot last year, and well, you see what team you have this year. So if Mike D'Antoni comes to Philly and he's the new head coach, somebody's leaving.
Oh, there's a lot of people leaving.
But the problem is, Keezy, is you have 4 huge contracts. I think we talked about this last week.
Tobias Harris, yep.
Who's taking that contract?
I mean,
No, damn that. Who's taking Al Horford's contract?
Nobody's taking Al Horford's contract. He's stuck.
You got $25 million for a guy, I think, for 2 or 3 more years on his contract. Now, if it was the last year, I would say you probably have some takers.
You might be
cap space or whatever. But ain't nobody taking no Al Horford deal.
No.
They for damn sure ain't taking Tobias Harris. So D'Antoni's gonna be stuck up there doing what?
Trying to retool the whole way he thinks about everything and play Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Al Horford together because that's the only choice.
With the 5th pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select.
What they gonna do? Trade Embiid?
No, you can't trade Embiid.
They gonna trade Ben Simmons?
You have to.
Okay, but who? So it's chatter too about James Harden.
Okay. Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
So you think the Rockets are gonna give up James Harden?
Hell no. Because you left with Russell Westbrook.
You left with Westbrook.
So
you left with the Oklahoma City Thunder from 3 years ago.
No. So if you trade Russell Westbrook, let's say the trade happens, James Harden for Ben Simmons. You have Ben Simmons and Russell Westbrook in your damn backcourt.
There's a lot of bricks out there.
Boy, I tell you, that would be the top 5 worst backcourt in the NBA. I'm telling you, I don't care. You have a 6'10" guy who can't shoot, a 6'4" guy who can't. Hell, you might as well trade Giannis down there. And
just let them all throw bricks. It'd be beautiful.
But yeah, I just don't see this being successful for Mike D'Antoni. Like you said, if he does get the job, somebody has to go. I don't think Embiid, from what I read this morning, Embiid gave his blessing. So if Embiid gave his blessing, that means he's planning on staying there. Ben Simmons, I feel like it's got to be the guy on the way out. But if I was Elton Brand, it's got to be 2 for 1. You want Ben Simmons, you got to take Al Horford with you. You got to take Al Horford.
There's no team that can handle that.
I know they can't, man, because of the salary. But golly, man. But Ben Simmons has got to be the one who leaves because he just doesn't fit what Mike D'Antoni likes to do. I don't think D'Antoni will ever win a championship with his system.
No.
He's a good coach, don't get me wrong.
Right.
He's a good coach.
He's been coaching for 40 years. You got to be good.
But you're not going to win with the type of system that and it's not even that, it's just that he has a system, you're going to run it no matter what. No, versus, okay, let me see what I got and get a system that works for what I got.
Yeah. No. This is what I do, and we're going to do that.
And that's it. And that's why he has never won a championship, and he won't win a championship. But anyways, to close things out, Charles Barkley had some rather interesting comments about the death of Breonna Taylor.
Brother.
I don't even know if I want to use that word. But anyways, here's a clip of Charles Barkley's comments about Breonna Taylor.
Just bad the young lady lost her life. But we do have to take into account that her boyfriend did shoot at the cops and shot a cop. So, like I say, even though I'm really sorry she lost her life, I don't think that we can just say we can put this in the same situation with George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery. I just don't believe that.
So that was Charles Barkley's comments about the death of Breonna Taylor. They just Attorney General, I wanted to call him something else, Daniel Cameron, came out with the charges. Only one of the police officers was charged. He was charged with one endangerment, had a $15,000 bond. This whole situation, I'm gonna let you cook on this, but this whole situation is just for Charles Barkley, man, to be that insensitive, being a black man in America, not even that, being an influential black man on a platform that he has with TNT, to say something like that you can't put Breonna Taylor's death and George Floyd's death in the same breath. Yes, you can, because for one, they died unnecessarily by the hands of a police officer or police officers, in a situation of both times was unnecessary and unwarranted, which is ironic because Breonna Taylor's death came from a no-knock warrant. So and not even just that, the no-knock warrant in an apartment that the person wasn't even there that they was looking for. So, man, for Charles Barkley to say this and say they're not the same thing is insensitive. It's wrong, because they are one and the same, because this is just another instance of the justice system failing Breonna Taylor's family, and why people are saying that Black Lives Matter. And just to be clear, black people aren't saying our lives matter more than any other race. We're just saying our lives matter just as much as any other race out there. And like when Charles Barkley had those comments and Shaq co-signed, that's what really threw me off, is when Shaq co-signed. But I don't agree with Shaq, but I understand why. It's because Shaq is a police officer. Mm-hmm. So he wanted to feel like he wasn't going against his brothers in blue. But at the same time, Shaq, that's what the problem is that you don't have the good cops speaking out on the behalf of what the bad cops are doing. So that's part of the problem, and Shaq is perpetuating part of the problem, because I'm assuming that he's one of the good cops, even though he doesn't patrol anymore. But you have to hold your brothers accountable. And like I said in the text message the other day before I let you go, it's ironic that when a murder happens in a neighborhood and the police go around there investigating, they want people to come forth with information, and people are like, nah, I ain't snitching, I ain't giving up. And the police get upset because they're like, well, your information could help us solve this case. But then when we have police officers who murder an innocent black or brown person, and the black community is like, man, we just want information with the investigation, and you got the police force like, nah, I ain't snitching, I ain't telling what my brother did. So y'all want us to do what y'all won't do. But I know that's going off the topic of Charles Barkley, but man, Charles Barkley, I think he really upset the black community with this one. And the sad part is I don't see an apology coming, but what's your thoughts on it?
I don't see an apology coming either. I can't really say I'm surprised. He's been out in Arizona for years with his brain cooking out there. Yeah. He's out of touch with reality. He definitely is. He's rich. He got a lot of money, and he's just out of touch with what's really going on. And one of the problems with this is when you listen to stuff that's not true instead of putting together the actual facts. Yeah. This is how stuff gets twisted up. Right. And in Charles Barkley's brain, he probably hasn't heard everything or hasn't really thought about everything and really put it together about how it really happened. Right. But this whole no-knock warrant thing, and it's a recipe for disaster. Because in Kentucky we have the castle doctrine, which means you got the right to stand your ground and protect your home, your family. And if somebody comes and they just banging on your door about to bust up in the house, you got the right to defend yourself. Right to especially Daniel Cameron, when every other neighbor around except for one says no, they never announced who they were. They never said we are the police. They just assume somebody's breaking in the house and they let a shot off.
Can I ask you a question before I mean to cut you off? If you're conducting a raid and you think that, whatever, this guy or these drugs, not even just this situation, but if you think whatever it is, the house that you're raiding, why are you raiding in plain clothes?
Yeah, that's one of the other problems. Nobody knows who you are. You did not identify yourself.
So say for instance, and not just this situation, let's say they're raiding an apartment and you have your police and riot gear and everything on, and somebody accidentally comes out in the hallway, they hurry up, usher them in the house. That's a witness that can say, yeah,
yes.
I did see them with their, but if you come in plain clothes, don't nobody know who you are. If I step at my apartment and I see everybody loading up shotguns and guns, and I'm like, well, shit, they got some shit about to pop out. I don't know what's going on down there, but anyways, go ahead though.
See, because this could have very easily been me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm at home and my wife's in the house and I think somebody's trying to break in our house, I'm letting off a shot just like he did. And that could have been my little girl in the house. That could have been anybody in the house. So it's a recipe for disaster, because you have the right to defend yourself, especially in that situation. And that no knock warrant and that castle doctrine and stand your ground laws and all that, all hand in hand, is a recipe for disaster.
Yes, it is.
And when you got reckless cops, so the first thing they tell you when you get your concealed carry for your handgun, you need to know what's behind what you actually shooting at. And for these fools who are supposed to be trained to protect and serve, to just be willy-nilly letting off shots and not knowing where it's going, it's reckless. And they should have charged them with murder just for being stupid and reckless, or at least reckless homicide, manslaughter, homicide, something.
Yes. Yep.
But wanton endangerment is nothing.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm right there with you, Keezy. Manslaughter. Would it have been justice? No. But it would have been something
to let us know, look, we at least looked at the case, facts, and put stuff together.
We at least gave him something, you know what I'm saying? But I'm right there with you. And Charles Barkley was like, well, he shot one of the police officers. You damn right he shot one of the police. What am I supposed to do? Like, somebody shooting up in my crib, like you said,
I'm just supposed to stand here and wait.
I have no clue who the hell that could be coming in my crib shooting up or whatever. So I'm just supposed to be like, hey, who is that? Can y'all stop shooting real quick? Let me find out who y'all
Hold
are.
on, let me look through the peephole real quick.
Like, no, his natural instinct kicked in, which is to grab my gas, start busting.
I guarantee you, if it was Charles Barkley's house and he had a weapon, I bet he would have shot. I bet if it was Shaq, he would have shot.
The crazy part is that I think Skip said the same thing, and Shannon said I'm gonna do the same thing. Shannon said I'm gonna grab that thing.
Oh, you already know.
And I believe like any I'm not gonna just say men, but any person, because women are carrying more weapons now as well, because
they need to.
They definitely need to, especially single moms right now with everything that's going on in the world. Please go ahead and get your license concealed. But anyways, I think they said it happened at midnight. I think they said
it was late at night.
So late at night, somebody busting in my crib. Anybody's natural instinct is to grab what you're supposed to grab.
Whatever you can to protect yourself.
And you will deal with the consequences later.
And he even called 911 and said, look, somebody was trying to break in our house and I shot.
It'd be different if he went on the run and was hiding and like, okay, bro, why you feel like you got something to hide? But he did what he was supposed to do, which is an intruder came in, which he thought. The intruder at the time, he didn't know who it was, fired off shots. He shot back, and they lucky only one person got hit. But anyway, so he did what he was supposed to do, immediately called 911, informed them of what happened. So he did everything he was supposed to do. The problem is the guys on the other side did the total opposite
of what they should have done or what they supposed to do.
Well, how about this, Keezy, before we close this out? How about you actually go to the place of the person you're actually looking for?
Yeah. How about as her ex-boyfriend?
How about we start there? And then
they got a package at the house probably 6 months ago.
6 months ago, they just now come to the crib. But me personally, I knew the fix was in when they gave the family the $12 million settlement. I wasn't surprised by the announcement. I was disappointed, but I wasn't surprised, because I wasn't surprised. It's like, here we go again, man. And then, like I said, for me, it was a $12 million settlement. For one, you have a child, I have kids. There's no price on what you can give me for my child.
Nah.
So we just gonna have to take this to trial. We take this to trial.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take this to trial. But once they gave the family $12 million, I already knew it was a way of saying we'll get you to something. We just don't want to go to trial and let y'all know what we're guilty of. So we'll slide you this little piece of change, going back today, and
it just lets you know how corrupt and the system really is, especially for black people. It lets you know exactly how corrupt the system really is, because they've been hiding evidence, trying to cover stuff up, not releasing anything to people. So And you think about it, if it's on this kind of scale and it's in the public eye, you think about what they doing on smaller levels in smaller towns and stuff like that.
Man, you'd probably be surprised, man, what they got their hands. You know what? Before we close it out, you know what's crazy? The $12 million that they're getting, it's not even coming from the police union. It's coming taxpayers.
Taxpayers, yeah.
So we're paying that.
When y'all get y'all's checks,
we're paying that.
It's gonna be a little money in there missing.
Yep, we're paying part of that $12 million. So it's like, okay, we'll give them $12 million. We ain't got to pay for it.
We're not missing anything. It's not hurting us any.
But I mean, I know we got off the Charles Barkley thing, but I don't know, Charles, man. You messed up with this one. And Charles is too, like you said, you brought up a good point. He's too far disconnected from the people that he should be talking about. He lives a lifestyle that, only a certain percentage of black people are living. But at the same time, you have all of these NBA players who come from those communities, and they're making the same type of money and more that Charles Barkley's making, but they still understand what's going on in those communities. Charles Barkley is so far disconnected from those communities. Why? Because he probably doesn't visit them anymore. He probably doesn't go back. I mean, he gives back, but he probably gives back through donations. He probably doesn't go do charity work. Or
ain't no golf courses in the hood, so that's where he's at.
He's not going, but yeah, man, Charles Barkley, you can miss me with this one. But anyways, we getting ready to get on up out of here.
Before we go,
what you got for me?
The election.
Okay.
Is just a little bit over a month away.
Okay.
So all this stuff going on, you need to vote. Don't just vote for the president, because we already know that he got to go.
Yeah, he got to go.
You need to vote for the president, the Senate, city council. You need to vote. You need to vote for whoever the main mechanic gonna be down at Ken Toweries. You need to vote for everything.
Every state, like chief of police, everything
from the highest level to the lowest level.
Judge,
you need to vote.
Circuit court, all of it matters. Because I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a good point. Because when they tell people to vote, people's minds automatically go to a national level and think vice president, president, that type of thing. But what they don't understand is that those things affect everybody nationally. You need to vote for the things that's going to vote you in your city and in your state more than you need to vote for things that are going to affect you nationally.
In your county, everywhere.
Because, I mean, you have certain things that are going on, in your cities or in your states that is not going to be worried about by the president. You see what I'm saying? So you need to elect a guy who's going to care about the same type of things that you want done in your town, city, state, your district. All of that matters so much.
All these federal judges that Donald Trump has appointed with their lifetime. They get lifetime service. And they feel the same way about every policy, everything that he tries to implement. They feel the same way about him, and he's given more than any other president has in the last 75 years. He's appointed more of them.
I wonder why that is.
And they got lifetime service, so they can do this as long as they want to until the day they say, you know what, I don't want to do it anymore.
Until that happens, or their heart stops. Whichever happens first.
So on that level, 300 and something of them, they can continue to do his policies even when he's gone. They can continue to implement his policies, his feelings, the whole rhetoric that we trying to fight against. They there for life now. So we gotta vote on every single level and make sure that we get people in there who say they feel kind of the way we do about stuff. But
we not gonna never get nobody who feels the exact same way, but the point is to get the person in there who feels the majority of way that we feel. But man, I'm so glad you brought that up, and that's why I said when you said he has lifetime people in there, so I said, why do you think that is? So he can go ahead and put people in places to when he's long gone, he's still gonna get the type of things that he still wants. So but anyways, for those who are watching today, y'all will see that got a new do today. Got my my hair all done up, courtesy of my daughter. She got me together for the show today. So shout out my daughter Nala. She did that for me. Also,
she lined me up too.
Also, shout out my other kids. Quentin, Calvin, and Malia. They kids, but my daughter, she did my hair for me. But anyways, we're getting ready to get up out here today. If you missed this show, you can always catch previous shows by watching the YouTube channel KY Beyond the Game. You can also catch us every Monday and Tuesday. Our live shows on YouTube and Facebook at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're unable to watch that way, you can always listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, SoundCloud, anywhere that you can listen to podcasts. You can check out Beyond the Game there. Keys, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, I'm good now.
Now you get it all off your chest.
Got it all off my chest. I feel good now.
So you
therapy session is over.
So you feel good about our Lakers winning the ring?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Easy win this year.
Yeah.
They already got them made. They sizing them up and everything.
You know what's funny though?
What's that?
To watch the confused Laker fans. The ones who love the Lakers but hate LeBron. It's funny watching them squirm right now, bro. It's like they want the Lakers to win, but they want LeBron to lose at the same time. They want the Lakers to win.
Before we go real quick, I don't like the way LeBron tried to sit there last night and be like, you know what? I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because Kobe did it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that. Anyways, that's we can talk about that another time. That's neither here nor we can save that for Tuesday's show.
We saved it for Tuesday's show because there's another report that came out. LeBron James talked to Yahoo Sports' Chris Haynes about his and Kobe's relationship and his regret of what him and Kobe didn't get to do before Kobe's untimely passing. But we'll talk about that Tuesday. But we get ready to get on up out of here. You can always catch this show every Monday now because we was doing it on Sunday, but Sundays is designated for football now, so we moved the show to Mondays. So we get ready to get on up out of here. We want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We out of here.
Peace.